Hey, also this is the Steel Souls event. This is a Light Commander event and Chaotic Killer. So we have a non-event deck here, an event deck here, then a team for the Ultimates. I've just made up the three teams, but they show the difference between recent cards. For example, here you can see the middle card and the event Ultimate form are pretty recent. Then the damage you could do with older cards, as you can see in the team here. So let's start off by talking through this team. First card is Creators of Legend. This has a decent increase to Light Commander damage, you can see here. Also a couple of passives that help with the card. Divine Sovereigns, this card is still essential. 500% damage increase to one card, used to boost up your hitting card. In this instance it's some of their siblings. This card is also a Chaotic Killer card. Only 160% increase to self-damage, but still has some very useful skills. For example, the Cleanse and Remove Enemy debuff. Also creates a few power gems you can see here. Caladriel's Last Lineage. This is quite an old card now, but still increases Light Commander damage by 140%. So not too bad. Then finally, Breakers of the Cycle. A decent increase. You can see here 255% to Light Commander damage. My relics are unfortunately not that good. I don't have too many Light Commander relics for Chaotic, but this is what I have. The first one is a Beast relic, you can see here. Multiple pink stars on the relic. The next one here again, quite a few pink stars on this relic, making it useful to increase the damage. Another one here. The final two relics are for breaking the shields. We have a really old Chaotic relic you can see here. Then a relic that works on all Light Commander heroes for Chaotic breaking shields. There we go. Then for the next team, the event deck has a few slight changes. The damage was significantly higher in testing with this team than it was with the previous team. Again, we have Creators of Legend with that decent increase to Light Commander damage. You can see here, 225%. Divine Sovereigns again with that lovely 500% boost. Then War God's Prodigy, 3 times awakened but just 1 pink star. The damage boost on this is 550% though, so it makes it significantly stronger than some of their siblings, even with just the 3 times awakening rather than the 5. Plus we do have that Cleanse here as well, and a delay on the card, so a pretty good card. Plus it's 1 turn cooldown, so you can use this in the Crusade every single turn. Breakers of the Cycle, again with that nice increase to Light Commander damage, 255%. Then finally Avenging Automata, the event Ultimate form, has an upgrade skill, creates power gems. The important part of this though is the permanent increase to Light Commander damage, so you don't even have to use this card to get the boost. 180% may seem a bit low, but because it's a permanent increase, you can just use the card here in Crusade and sometimes get through the waves. Or if you take an ally event Ultimate form, it's actually really easy to get through quickly just by using the battle skill on this card for the regular enemies. Obviously for the bosses though you'd need to use more cards, but that's a quick and efficient way to get through the Crusades. Then this team here is all based on the amount of shields I can break, so let's go through the relics. So this one here breaks 5 of the shields. Then this one here, another 4, so that's 9. Then we have 3, so that takes it up to 12. 15, and then finally 2 plus 5, which equals 22 shields broken in total. So that should be enough to get me through maybe the first 15 levels of Ultimates. I'll have to test and find out. Anyway, let's get on with the actual event. Here we go. Alright, so here we go with the actual event. We have the bosses feature this time around. and I will be testing out my teams on the prismatic guild boss. So the bosses themselves have Chaos and Thorns. Thorns can be quite nasty. Chaos is not too bad to deal with. Let's see how I get on with my event deck first, then I'll try my non-event deck afterwards. So hopefully this will give a decent board as well. I have been hitting really high damage in the big Q range, so to speak. See what I could do here. Right, so if I get the perfect board, this will one-shot the boss, and that will be pretty good. The board itself doesn't look too bad. The optimal move is probably something like this, I would have thought. Then let's have a look at the damage. Yeah, not bad. You can see middle card 1Q. Guild boss has been defeated instantly, which is pretty good going. So here we go with the non-event deck idea. Probably won't hit as hard, but it's still a decent option if you don't have the event ultimate form. Also a decent option if you don't have the hitting card you can see here in the middle, War God's Prodigy. So let's give this a go, see what happens. Alright, here we go. So I would have thought about half the damage of the event deck that I used. We shall see though. At 300 to 400 Q is my prediction for this team. Which is still reasonable in all fairness, but never going to be quite as spectacular as the event ultimate form deck. The other advantage here is some of their siblings has that cleanse and removal. The damage is 204.8 Q. So yeah, you can see the difference, event deck versus non-event deck, plus the boards are pretty similar as well, so it's a pretty significant difference, let's be honest. I'm actually quite surprised. Now Thorns, I have to wait for some of their siblings to be active before I can remove Thorns. I'll give it one more go, or one more hit should I say, then quit out. And maybe have another go with my event deck. Or maybe I'll mix up the event deck and see if I can come up with anything better. That might be worth trying, just out of interest. Right, anyway, let's see what sort of damage I can do this time around. Yeah, this isn't going to be very good. The board is pretty poor, if I'm being honest. So, yeah. 111 Q on some desk. Let's quit out and move on. Okay, slight variant on the event deck. Some Best Siblings is in the middle now. Since it's one of my better hitting cards, even though the damage boost is not that good, I thought I'd give it a try with this team and see how much damage it does. So here we go. This could be a decent alternative. Not sure quite how much damage this is going to do, but I'm sure we are about to find out. Again, left to right I think is the best activation order. Remember that the event ultimate form has a permanent increase to damage, so you don't even have to use the card. Then I think that would be the best move. Let's see what happens on some of their siblings damage-wise. Yeah, a little bit higher than the non-event deck, but I'm pretty sure my first option is the best deck out of all of them. Let's quit out. So there we go. This is without a doubt the best team I could make up out of all of them, doing the best damage. I'm actually quite surprised. It hit big Q, so to speak, without too many problems, so hopefully this will be a decent event. That's the team testing done anyway. Right, let's move over to this bosses feature you can see here. So we have bosses as usual in this feature, quite easy to defeat to start with. If you have a solid event deck, you can take down any affinity. This one is light. I'm going to use a light team to defeat it. Right, here we go. So, left to right, we'll take care of it pretty easily. Well, hopefully anyway, unless something's gone horribly wrong here. There we go, just left to right, like so. Then boss defeated. Right, nearly there. Sit, any old match, doesn't really matter. That would be the best match though. There's actually 3 loose power gems and 1 regular gem, so the damage on this should have been pretty decent, except it's a light boss, so yeah, 9Q though. Would have done 90Q on a dark boss, probably higher even. Then you get these ancient coins. So let's go over to the Cudgel shop. So here it is. Got the hammers, the ascended ingot. Highly recommend getting that if you can. And if we scroll down, there are some newer items near the bottom. I still think the ascended ingot is the best item available here though. You can see the hearts near the bottom are actually quite cheap. Have these cores as well. There we go. That's what the store looks like anyway. Now for the event collection. So it is Legend Souls this time around. Maybe not the best collection, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and claim this. There we go. That's all of that claimed. Nice. Treasure trove. Coins. There we go. That's that done. Right, now to go over to the Ultimates page. So there's the deck, or ultra rare master hero should I say. Let's scroll down and claim this support hero. Then I will take it up to 6 stars and claim the random 6-star bonus hero. Scroll down again. So here we go, let's claim the random bonus hero and see what I get. This is always interesting. Oh, there we go, that's an older main hero, I think. Let's have a look at the event ultimate form in more detail. Avenging Automaton. Now this is slightly strange actually. One of the few decks I've seen with a permanent damage increase in the passive, so you don't even have to use the card to get the damage boost. For that reason, I think this is the sort of deck that would be really useful in Crusade. Also potentially really useful in GBG, as it has that cleanse on the card you can see here. That's my initial thoughts on the deck. I know 180% is maybe not as high as some previous decks, but because it's permanent, you don't have to use the battle skill to activate it, making it potentially really useful. Then if you were only going to get one of the cards, Messenger of the Millennia would be the one to get. You can see here this has the upgrade and permanent increase to damage, so pretty much all of the best skills of the card. This alone, with another chaotic ultimate form, for example, some of their siblings, could also work as well. And there we go, I'm going to end the video at this point. I hope you found that interesting and helpful. As always, if you do have any questions or suggestions regarding this, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is always very much appreciated. I've included a previous video on the screen, plus a playlist, plus you can also subscribe from here if you want to do so. And thanks for watching.